Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Tea with Kimberly. Please grab a cup of tea, journal, and pen, and I'm going to share some ideas on creating a tranquility toolkit. So, things that you can grab in the moment to help when you're feeling that sense of overwhelm, right? To help with emotional regulation in the moment, to help calm and ground. First thing I'm going to encourage is, of course, a cup of tea. So, having tea nearby, beverages that just help keep you hydrated and also grounding. I find a hot cup of tea to actually really do the trick for me. Your breath. So, you've always got your breath with you. So, taking a moment to just check in, notice, observe your inhale and observe your exhale, and taking deep, full breaths in and out of the nose. Another thing that can be quite helpful is having creative tools nearby, right? So I'm big in washi tape and journaling. Like, actually, here's one right here that I happen to have handy. And so these are things that just help me in the moment when I'm feeling stressed. I love writing with like Crayola markers. When I'm feeling stressed, being able to just pull these things out, and I have them nearby so they're easy. And of course, the breath is something you can hold on to at any time. Even when you're stuck in traffic, in a really hard interview, experiencing a sense of overwhelm, breath, 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 breathe, breathe, breathe. Getting out in nature, of course, is going to be profound. There's so many benefits to being in nature. Forest bathing is huge, of course, in Japan. And the idea is just how can we get more of the natural? I'm looking out on my patio. How do we get more of the natural world into our everyday lives? Now, I've got dogs, so I'm taking them on daily walks 4 times a day. So, I'm out in nature, city nature, but nature on a regular basis, and just absorbing the air and feeling the air on my skin and the sunshine on my skin and hearing the birds. All of those things help. Taking a little bit of time away from technology is also a tranquility toolkit piece. So put that phone on do not disturb. I love do not disturb, and like curl up and take a little nap, or to just be like, you know what, I'm not available. And those who are your most important people and that you flagged as favorites, they're going to get through the do not disturb. So if there is an emergency, but sometimes mama just needs a moment, right? And to give yourself that. Another piece in the Tranquility Toolkit, which as long as your body is mobile, can do, which is exercise. So for me, that's going to my bar and doing some ballet, or rolling out the yoga mat and going through some sun salutations. These sorts of things can be very, very helpful to just help reground and regroup us. Relaxation techniques. So progressive muscle relaxation. And with that, you could Google and try a body scan. So for a body scan, you're taking your toes, relaxing your toes all the way up through the body to the crown of the head. It can be a very, very soothing and therapeutic technique to help you get into your body and to help you sleep and to help you be more connected to your body. Another thing I want to mention, of course, is what we eat. Some foods I'll notice just leave me feeling a little like swirled, cake, right? And yet others have a more grounding effect. My go-to these days are raw almonds and dried cranberries that are unsweetened, and they're so tart and yummy. Grounding. So for you, what might that be? So can you have an arsenal of tools that are nearby, that are your go-tos to help you when you're feeling just a little dysregulated, right? Another piece I want to mention, of course, that helps me is time management and pulling together my to-dos and batching things when possible. So say, for example, when I'm sending love notes, I like to do that all at once. So here's 15 that will be going out into the mail tomorrow. Whenever I'm doing podcast interviews, I'll record a few in a row. When I'm recording my Tea with Kimberly videos, I do a few in a row. And that can be helpful so that you're not switching on all these different hats all day long, right? So I hope this is helpful as you think about how do I bring more tranquility into my day, especially on those days when everything seems to be going wrong. The metro's delayed, you have a very important meeting, you get an email from somebody who misunderstood something you said and they're upset. You get a text message that's distressing. These things happen, right? Constantly. And so we want to constantly be doing all we can to regulate our nervous system and give ourselves a little bit of like balm, like soul balm, but literal balm. Like sometimes just like hand over heart can be really nourishing and grounding of just like, I see you, I hear you, I know this is hard, and you're going to get through it. All right. So thank you, as always, for tuning in to Tea with Kimberly. And I hope you got some fun new tips as you create your own Tranquility Toolkit.